every single darn one of you guys. And this is Magma here. I'm gonna be showing you one more thing that I've made. It took me about an hour earlier today. I took about 4 different versions of it. And as it has been in most recent videos, it is in the newest Snapshot 13W39. I think it's B. I think so. I'm pretty sure it's B. Sorry if it lags a bit right now. It's lagging a bit for me too. I need to turn my render distance down. It's so laggy. The newest Snapshot. So it doesn't really mean. I mean, this is the equivalent of short render distance right here. I mean, it's fine. It's just really laggy. Now, what I have for you today is a proof of concept control point thing, like from TF2 and things of that sort. Let me just try to fix the lag a bit. If you're getting better FPS now, good. So, that's the red control point. That's the blue control point, or like, I don't know, whatever. And I'll explain how this works, because this is the only thing that really has to do with the snapshot. The other thing was the other stuff. All this is possible in 1.6. This part, it's why it's in the snapshot. So basically, if you didn't know, in the new snapshots, when an entity or you falls, there are particles that come out from where you fall. And so basically what this is there are a bunch of you saw one right there. Infinitely spawning, very tiny, invisible slimes. And they fall onto this block. You can see the little green particle effects. Might be a way to get rid of that using other mobs, but right now, I don't have any other way. Because every other mob makes a noise, or doesn't. And the only mob that doesn't make a noise would be the cat. Ocelot. But ocelots don't take any fall damage. So, and it's on a redstone block, so basically it's just that happening over and over again, and the white smoke is because they're dying. I could have made them just disappear, but I thought the white smoke was pretty cool, and so the white smoke is because it's dying. And so yeah, ton of invisible slimes, and that's just being summoned from these 2 command blocks. This one spawns them for the blue ones, so it's basically spawning a slime with a size of 0, health of 1, so that they'll die no matter what, and then it has ID 14, which is invisibility 10 for 1,000,000 seconds. And this one just is the exact same command, but for the coordinates up here, and they spawn like way up here or something like that. Alright, now to move on, first I'll demonstrate. So here's a red control point. And it says red point captured. Right, and then it all turns off when you walk away. You can also do blue one. Blue point captured. And that's just how it works. Well, that's not how it works, that's just what it is. And, there's nothing powering it. So you could have this, like, floating, and it would still work, because the way it works is, every time it moves, every time it goes on to the next stage of you stepping on it. I could actually probably demonstrate this. Every time just puts redstone blocks there, it uses a set block command that is in new snapshots, and that's what powers redstone lamps. Which I think is cool, because with this proof of concept, you could have it floating in the air. You could have it literally anywhere, and it would still work. But if it's floating in the air and you can see it from the other angle, you could just... You know what I mean. You can just cover it up. It's very small, very efficient. And you can have this in the spawn chunks, or somewhere where they'll always be loaded. Alright, so I'll just go over one of them, and then you can just imagine it the exact same for the other one. I'll go over the red one since it's closer, and as we stand on it, you'll be able to see the pistons going. So... It's very, very basic. You could do this exact thing except for the placing redstone blocks in the in 1.6, and you could use an MC edit filter to actually do it even with the redstone blocks, which I think is kind of cool. So it's testing for somebody, that is basically just right there. That command is testing for somebody that is right on that spot. And then if it's positive, just imagine like where I'm looking, it's on. If it does detect somebody, goes up here, and if it does detect somebody, it activates this command block, which sets the redstone block 152. That is the ID for a redstone block. And if it isn't, once it turns back off, it activates this and sets it right where the redstone block was to 0. 0 is air. So, and redstone torch inverts it, so if it's off, it sets it to air. If it's on, it sets it to a redstone block. And then let's say it's positive again. If it is positive, sends repeater redstone signal up here, and then activates this piston. This piston pushes a block here. I take this like that. That lets this signal get through, and then it goes on to the next stage. Again, exact same thing. It's literally copy paste of that command over to here. If it's true, sets it to a redstone block. If it's not, sets it to air. Goes back, activates this piston. Goes here. It just is one. It's just that exact chain, and it keeps on going. And then if you at the end, it just tests for it one last time, sets it here. It's the exact same thing. You get the idea. And then it says red point captured, just after 3 ticks, so that matches up. So you can actually see the pistons extending as I stand on it. And then it turns on. And I just added this piston because it sounded a bit weird, like done. Like you hear a piston noise, done, and silent. So I just added that. With the blue one, you could make it closer, or you could have no piston noise at all, if that is what you want. And if you're wondering, the slimes do actually make sounds, but what's really cool is I have sound on, but the slimes aren't making any sounds because you can now turn everything individually. You can toggle everything individually, and since slimes are counted as enemy monsters, they do damage to you, I slid that all the way down, so like if I was to turn it back up, it sounds like that. It's like because it's a bunch of slimes falling. But I turned it off, and you just get the visual effects. So that's all. So the one thing I wanted to show you today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you liked this, subscribe for more redstone videos. I'll try to do a lot more because the response has been overwhelming. 12 subscribers, but I've gotten over 100 views on one of them, which is incredible. It's awesome. And because they're so popular, I'm just gonna keep on doing them. And if you're wondering the reason that it doesn't activate all over again, why it isn't just a giant stupid loop, is because if you have glowstone doesn't activate glowstone doesn't activate anything. I was doing an example with pistons, but it's the exact same for command blocks. If you were to put redstone over here, usually, I'll also do another thing with that. If you did it, no, wait. Ignore that last part. My bad. See, I'm still new. I'm still kind of a noob. I'm not an expert redstoner, so don't get on my case. I really do hope that you enjoyed. Like, comment. Commenting is my favorite. Especially if you don't like the video, comment. Tell me why. I want to know why you didn't like the video. I want to know what you didn't like about the commentary, about the FPS, about anything. Or what maybe you do like. Comment if you want to do one thing. If you don't want to subscribe or like or dislike, please comment. Commenting is awesome. Thanks, guys, and I will see every single one of your pretty faces tomorrow or maybe tonight. Thank you very much. See you later.